Hi, and welcome to today's yoga class. My name is Amy, and I'm joined today by Josie, my boxer. She will probably help a little bit today. We also have the other cats up here too, so he might come into the frame. So just so you know, love to do yoga with pets. All right, so today is class number 2 in the 8-week series, navigating the end of 2020 and navigating the end of the year. This could be for any year, but I think it's especially needed this year. So we're going to start today's class with a quote, as usual. And this quote is, "Yoga is the dance of every cell with the music of every breath that creates inner serenity and harmony." So just let that soak in through your practice. I'll say that again. Yoga is the dance of every cell with the music of every breath that creates inner serenity and harmony. I think we could all use a little inner serenity and harmony about this time. All right, and that quote is, again, I'm going to butcher the name. That quote is by Debish Mirdra. I'm sure I butchered that horribly, so I apologize on the names. I want to give credit where it's due, but I'm not good at pronouncing names. All right, so from here we're going to start in what is called hero's pose. You can stay in a cross-legged position if that is just better for you. But we're going to kind of open up the quads today for one of the classes we're going to do, or one of the poses we'll do later. So a block is really helpful in this case. You can set it underneath of your seat and then just sit back on the block. Or again, you could stay in that nice seated position if you'd like. So I'm going to turn back to the front here so you can see me. And alternatively, you can also just sit directly back on your heels. So pick what's best for you. And from here, just take a nice deep breath in and out through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Sit up nice and tall. And from here, take your right hand out to the side. And then take your left hand and just go up and over. So we're doing a little nice side stretch to open up that left side body. You can bring your arm down more if you'd like, or it can stay more upright on the fingertips. Just a nice side bend, coming in and up and out of your body, out of your hips, and really stretching them really long on that left side. Take a couple nice deep breaths here in and out through the nose. Inhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And come back up. I did choose to record outside today because we actually have a nice, decently warm day. And just, there's probably going to be a lot of leaves falling throughout. So just want to warn you of that. All right. So we'll take our left hand out to the left-hand side. And the right arm up, our right arm will come up and over and stretch out and over to your left. Really open up that right side body. Stretch and reach and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. From there, we'll come all the way up. And we're just going to do a simple, nice twist. Take your left hand to your right leg and your right arm behind you. And just twist open to your right. Breathing here. In and out through the nose. Hi, Jose. Josie's doing downward dog for us. All right, release, come back to the center. And now go to the other side. Right hand to your left leg and left hand behind you and just twist over your left. Looking over your left, breathing in and out through your nose. Nice deep breath, staying nice and long and tall in the spine. And release and come back to center. Excellent. All right, from here, I'm going to come to all fours and we'll do some cat-cows. So here we go. Adjust here a little bit. All right. Come to all fours. And on the inhale, arch your lower back, look up. And on the exhale, round and look in. Round your back. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, look up, arch your lower back. Exhale and round and look inside. Really dome your back. Inhale, 2 more. Inhale, look up. Exhale.
Around and look in.
Once more. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Round.
And dome the back.
From here, return to neutral spine. We're just going to do a quick calf stretch. So just stretch that right leg all the way back on your mat long. And really just get a nice, open up those calves. Calves can get tight, and we rarely stretch them. So just extend that leg back and really stretch through that right leg. Breathing here, keeping that nice neutral spine. Exhale, let's do the same thing with the left. So stretch that left leg back into a nice calf stretch, neutral spine. Breathing here. Stretch that left foot back, really giving that calf a nice stretch. And exhale and come back to center. From here, we're going to stand up on our mats, come into mountain pose. All right, so we're in mountain pose. All four corners of our feet are grounded into the mat, standing nice and tall. And from here, just going to interlace the hands, and we're just going to stretch the wrist out in front of us for a moment. And then up and overhead as much as feels good into your shoulder. So if you need to, I'll turn to the side. You can stay here. You can go further up. You can be out here. Wherever you feel that stretch, stop there and enjoy that stretch for a moment. Breathing. And exhale and let that go. All right, from there, we're going to interlace the hands again behind our back and just really open up the chest and the shoulders, pulling the arms back behind you, trying to keep your front ribs knitted in. You don't want them to go out and toward the front, to poke out to the front. You want them to stay nice and neutral and strong and long. Just really stretch that out. And from here, stay in mountain pose, and we're just going to stretch the shoulders a little bit more. So just take that right arm across your body and your left hand and just pull it in a little bit. You pull in right about your elbow or below. Just pull in and get a nice shoulder stretch there. Breathing. And release, do the other side. Left arm across your body and take your right arm and pull it in. A couple nice deep breaths here. From there, release that. And now we're going to come into, excuse me, a little adjustment there. All right, we're going to stand at the top of our mat. Stand in mountain pose. Breathing here. Inhale, arms up overhead, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Again, grab the blocks if you need them. They help.
Fold all the way in. Knees can be bent or straight, depending on where you are today and depending on the time of day. If it's early in the morning, you may be really tight. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Once more, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold in. From here, we're going to come all the way back up. Hands over, reach overhead. And exhale back into mountain pose. Okay, we're going to do one more thing here before we start really moving. So let's inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to bend your right knee deeply and have your left leg remain straight. And this is where the blocks could really come in handy. And then you're going to place that right hand on a block or the floor, and you're just going to twist and turn your body open to the left. You should really feel that in the left leg. Breathe here deeply. In and out through the nose. All right, release that. And now let's come to the other side. Bend that left leg deeply, leaving your right leg straight. And now twist open to your right. Breathing here nice and deep. And release that. All right. And from here, we're just going to step back into a nice downward facing dog. And we're going to, oops, sorry, kitty. Didn't realize the kitty was on my mat. It's dangerous doing yoga with pets. All right, well, let's come to downward facing dog. And from here, just do what you need to do. You need to have, if you need to have a wider stance, if you want to shorten your dog or make it a longer dog, pedal out your legs. Do what you need to do here for a few breaths. Just really feel into your back body, your side body, the front body, everything. Your arms. So just pedal those legs out and really, really feel that. And then when you feel like you're ready, then settle into a nice long down dog, either with straight legs, bent legs, whatever you need for this pose. Take another nice deep breath, inhale. And exhale, we're going to rock forward into plank. And then we're going to exhale back to downward dog. We're going to do that 3 times. So inhale in down dog, exhale into plank. You can always lower your knees out if you need to and just pop them back up. Inhale, lift back up to downward dog. Exhale, plank. Once more, inhale into downward dog. Exhale into plank. And from here, again, you can always modify. From here, lower all the way down to the ground with your elbows pulled in tight. Untuck your back toes. And from here, keeping your elbows tucked in nice and tight, shoulders on the back. Going to inhale and lift up into a nice cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, back up into downward facing dog. Nice deep breath here. And on the inhale, we're going to walk forward. Inhale, look straight out in front of you, a nice flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, come all the way back up to mountain pose. All right, here we go. Just making sure I have everything correct. Excuse me. All right, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back on your mat, lower your back knee, your back right knee, and come into a nice low lunge. You can untuck those back toes. Nice low lunge, look forward. You can always use your blocks here if you'd like. Looking forward, and then we're going to exhale back into a runner's lunge. And we're just going to go back and forth between those two. Inhale, low lunge, look up. Exhale, bring your hips, sink your hips back into a runner's lunge. Runner stretch. Inhale, lunge forward, look forward. Exhale, back to runner's lunge. Once more, we're going to come forward and lunge. And from here, again, you can use the block or hand on the floor, right hand on the floor or block, and left arm up into a nice twist. And I'm going to have to move the block because it messes up my space that I have. Open up to that left side, bring your left arm up over, nice twist, breathing deeply. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the ground and step back into a downward facing dog. Breathe here nice and deep. I have a little spider on my mat. I need to move him so I don't smash him. All right, from here, rock forward into plank. And then we're going to exhale down to the ground. Again, modified or regular. Untuck your back toes. And from here, you can either go ahead and come up into cobra, or you can just choose locust. So locust, arms back behind along your sides. And on the inhale, lift everything off the mat except your torso and your hips. So head, and shoulders, and legs, and arms, excuse me. And you can also leave the arms down if that helps. Or you can do cobra. Exhale, release. And let's come back up in a downward facing dog and take 2 nice deep breaths here, cleansing that out. Let's walk forward on our mat. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up. Arms reach overhead, back to your mountain pose. All right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale and step your left foot back and have your left knee come down to the ground and tuck the back toe and come into your lunge. Breathe and look forward. And on the exhale, come back into your runner's stretch. Back onto your hips. Your hips back. Inhale, look forward on your lunge. Exhale, sink your hips back toward a runner's stretch. Inhale, look forward on the lunge. Exhale, runner's stretch. Let's inhale back into our lunge. Place your left hand on the ground. Right arm will go up and overhead into a nice twist to the right. Breathe here nice and deep. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the ground and step back into your nice downward dog. Take 2 nice deep breaths here in and out. Rock forward into plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Untuck your back toes. And inhale, either come up into cobra or you can do locust. Inhale and come up into locust. Arms and legs off the ground, chest lifted. This is helping to strengthen your lower back and your upper back. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, back up in downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. And inhale, walk forward. Look forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up to mountain. Release your arms down to your sides. And take a nice deep breath here. All right, let's do one more nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. All right, from here, inhale, reach all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And on the exhale, step your right foot back into warrior one. And come on up. Warrior one, you remember your hips are squared to the front of the room. Your right foot is turned out about a 45-degree angle. And just stretch up. Breathe here nice and deep. Exhale, take your hands, clasp them behind your back, and really open up those shoulders. You can always, if you're unable to clasp, if that's difficult, you can always use a towel or a strap hair to really open up the shoulders. And from there, arms back up, inhale. And now we're going to pivot on that right back foot, and we're going to open up so the heel is up toward the sky. And now we're in a high lunge. So just pivot, keeping your balance. And now your foot, your heel is off the floor, is off the ground. Really, really reach up, nice and long and tall. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back in a downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, come into plank. Inhale and plank, excuse me. Exhale, lower to the ground. And tuck those back toes. And inhale up into a nice cobra. Or if you like locust, take locust. Looking up, nice and deep. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a nice 2 deep breaths here in and out through your nose. On the inhale, walk forward on your mat. Halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up, arms overhead, and arms back down into mountain pose. All right. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. And on the exhale, step your left foot back into warrior one and come up. You feel steady. Hips are square to the front of the room. Left foot is turned at a 45-degree angle. Reach those hands up nice and tall. Breathe in. On the exhale, clasp your hands behind your back or use a strap. Really open up those shoulders. Keep that front leg nice and bent, pointing forward. Breathe here. And now arms back up, inhale. And now exhale and open up into your high lunge. So pivot on that back left foot and make sure your heel is now reaching toward the sky. Breathe deep, have a nice bend in your knee, really, really stretch up. Exhale, arms down to the ground, hands on the ground I should say. Step back in a downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, exhale, rock forward into plank. Breathe in and exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck those back toes. And inhale, come up into your cobra, lift up your chest. You can also do locusts here. Exhale, come back down. Inhale back into your downward facing dog and take 2 nice deep breaths here, in and out through your nose. On the inhale, walk forward. Halfway lift, look forward. Straight back, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach for the sky. And exhale back into your mountain pose. All right. Now from here. This next pose, this is going to be our peak pose for today. So this is, each week we're doing a peak pose. And today's peak pose, you may decide that you need something to sit back onto. So watch and see what you think. But from here, you can have your feet about hip distance apart is a good place to be. You can also have your feet touching. So kind of play around with it. But from here, you're just going to sink back as if you're sitting into a chair. And you're really going to feel your quads fire up in this pose. So you have your hands on your shins for now. You could also actually sit in a chair. So if you need to sit in a chair, please grab one or grab something you could sit in. From here, this is our chair pose. And we're going to bring our hands to our chest. And from here, we're going to do a twist. So you're going to take that left elbow and hook it onto your right leg. And we're going to open up to the right. Now, this may actually look like this. You could do this. You don't have to have the hands together. You're just turning your body to the right. So however you need to do that, but the important thing is to keep both of your knees pointing forward. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale, and let's fold forward and let that go. Halfway lift. Fold forward again. Breathe nice and deep there. Inhale, come all the way back up. And release back into your mountain. I'm going to turn this way so you can see it on the other side. So again, from here, we're going to sink back into our chair. You can have your hands on your shins, or your quads. Breathe here nice and deep. You can either come into it with your hands touching and twist over to your left with your right elbow on your left knee. Or again, you can just simply twist with your hands. You can put a hand here and just twist your body. So you're still getting all that quad work and the stretch, or in the twist. So you decide what works for you. This may be a little too much for some people. Maybe you don't have that range of motion yet. So this is good right here. Find your modification that works for you. Breathe deeply here, in and out through the nose. Keeping both your knees pointing straight forward. Exhale, let that go, fold forward. I'm feeling it too. I understand. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale back into mountain. Great job. You did it. All right. From here, we're just going to come into a nice quick down dog to stretch out those legs. Rock forward and come down onto your stomachs. And from here, you're going to inhale and lift up into cobra. And look over your right shoulder. So a nice little twist. And exhale and look over your left. And release that down. Now come up on your left forearm. Reach back with your right. Bend your right leg in and grab that leg for a quad stretch after all that
strength than we did, we'll stretch it out a little bit. Come into any amount, so it may be here. Wherever you feel that nice stretch in the quad. And exhale, release that. Bring your right arm down to the mat. Bend your left leg and reach back with your left arm and pull in that left leg. Any amount for a nice quad stretch. Breathing here. Exhale and let that go. Release. All right, from there, we're going to do a quick bridge. So come back on your back, lay back. Your feet will be nice and on both feet, soles of the feet on the ground. And just a nice inhale, easy bridge. Lift up the hips, lift the chest, really open that up. And exhale, release. From here, bring your knees into your chest, roll over to your right side and sit. Come sitting all the way back upright. So for today's tip, to kind of help us get through this last 8 weeks of 2020, today we're going to talk about, hi Josie, she's going to help us talk about this. You got to move, sweetie. We're going to introduce the concept of a restorative pose. And restorative is great to help you rest. It helps you reset. You've had a really busy day. You've had a very stressful day. You've had a million things you've been running around doing. All of those things. So it's going to be a restorative pose. Now, I brought a couple props here. I do have a bolster, so I'm going to show it with that first. So you're going to place the bolster on your mat. Additionally, you could use a pillow. You could take a blanket that's folded up. Any of those would work, but I'm going to show with the bolster first. And you're going to sit back on your heels. We're going to come into a restorative so a restorative pose is something that's propped up so that you're not having to really do much of anything. And it's just what it says. It's a restorative for your energy, for your body, mind, soul, all of that. So we're going to come into a nice wide-legged child's pose. And from here, you're just going to simply lay over your bolster and turn your head to one side. You pick a side, and I'm going to stay upright so that it doesn't mess up the microphone, plus I can keep an eye on the time. So we're going to stay on that side. So breathe there nice and deep, and I'll tell you when to turn to the other side. Alternatively, if you don't have a bolster, obviously a pillow would work just as fine. It'll maybe a little lower, or you have a couple of pillows. Just going to stretch forward onto that prop and just let your body go in this pose. So you stay there for a moment with your head turned to the right or left, whichever side you want to go, and we're going to do the other side in a moment. Breathing nice and deep here. Restoratives are just, like I said, fantastic for restoring that energy that we need to restore sometimes. So taking a break. Okay, from there, go ahead and flip your head to the other side now. So look the other way. So you're still on your mat and child, or your bolster, pillow, and child's pose, but just have your head looking the opposite direction. Breathe in here nice and deep, and just really just let your body go into that bolster. Just let it completely go. Feel how you just feel the tension relieving your body as you just stay in this nice restorative pose. And this is good to do anytime. Again, you've had a busy day, do this pose. I invite you, if you would like to take Shavasana here, if you're really enjoying this pose, then feel free. We're going to stay in Shavasana about a minute. And so if you want to stay in that pose and you want to do 30 seconds each side with the head facing either way, then I'll let you know when that halfway mark is. So go ahead and set it for that. Or you can set it for your regular Shavasana. So you can lay nice and flat on your mat, legs outstretched. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. Through your nose, just release everything onto the mat. Let it all go. Really just feel the effects of your practice. If you're in that child's pose, the restorative child's pose for your Shavasana, go ahead and turn your head back to the other side. So you get a little balance there. But again here, just breathe. And for a moment, we're going to, in Shavasana or restorative child's, we're going to take a couple of nice breaths in and out through the nose, equal part breaths. So I will count for you. So inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Once more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. And from here, resume your normal breathing, your normal natural breath.
Just let yourself go into the mat for just a few seconds more. For those of you that would like to stay longer, please stay as long as you want. I recommend 2 to 5 more minutes or even longer, so stay there, ignore my cues. For those of you that do need to get up and get moving with your day, I understand. Stretch your legs and your arms out long on the mat. Really stretch. Feel yourself grow a little taller for a moment. And then bend both of your knees into your chest. Hug them in. Give yourself a nice squeeze, a nice hug. And roll over to your right side. And using your arms, bring yourself back up to a nice upright seated position. I thank you very much for joining me and taking this time to take care of yourself. It's a big commitment, but it's a good commitment. I hope that you feel better after this, and have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time.